What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with your people, because today's story is explosive and straight from the political furnace of South Africa. President Cyril Ramaphosa has just set tongues wagging and political circles spinning with a statement that could shift the balance of the cabinet and ignite both admiration and outrage across the nation. The president has said, quite firmly, that in appointing Firoz Cachalia, he will be appointing not just any person, but a minister. And that single sentence has unleashed a storm that threatens to rattle more than just the ANC benches. Let's unpack this political dynamite. South Africa has always been a land where power moves are really subtle, but this one is sending shockwaves, especially because it touches on one of the most fragile areas of governance right now: trust, legitimacy, and public accountability. When Ramaphosa made that bold declaration about Cachalia, many took it not just as a statement of intent, but as a loud, clear message that the president is ready to make a move that could either tighten his grip on a reformist agenda or further splinter an already fractured ANC. Because let's be honest, every appointment in South Africa right now is more than just a job, it's a battlefront. Firoz Cachalia is not a stranger to South African politics. A veteran with deep roots in the struggle, a former MEC for community safety in Gauteng, and now the chairperson of the National Anti-Corruption Advisory Council. He has built a reputation for being principled, analytical, and deeply committed to rooting out corruption. But therein lies the controversy. Because in a country where some still thrive on the old networks of patronage and shady dealings, appointing a man like Cachalia to ministerial office is like opening the lion's den while holding a torch of truth. Ramaphosa's comment wasn't made in a vacuum. It came during a heated public moment where questions around anti-corruption efforts, judicial integrity, and cabinet performance were flying thick and fast. Some insiders believe the president is finally trying to push through a more technocratic, accountability-driven cabinet to salvage his waning legacy. Others, they see it as a desperate move by a man under siege from within his own party, trying to plug the holes on a sinking ship by bringing in clean hands when many around him still have theirs dirty from past scandals. And then there's the issue of the process itself. Ramaphosa's assertion that in appointing Cachalia he would be appointing a minister begs a much deeper question: is this a done deal? Has the president already made up his mind and is simply preparing the country for a shock reshuffle? Or is this a trial balloon, testing the political waters to see how hot the backlash might be? Either way, one thing is clear: such a statement signals intent, strategy, and possibly even defiance against factions in his own party that have resisted reform tooth and nail. Critics are already lining up. Some in the ANC are reportedly furious, seeing this as Ramaphosa bypassing long-standing comrades for outsiders or cleanskins who don't owe their political careers to the party machinery. To them, this is an insult, a slap in the face of internal party structures and protocols. Who is Cachalia to jump the queue? Some have murmured behind closed doors. We've served, we've bled for the party, and now we are being sidelined for technocrats. But for the public, especially the younger generation of South Africans, this could be a breath of fresh air. People are tired. Tired of the same faces, the same broken promises, the same tired politics. A new face, someone with a proven anti-corruption track record, might actually signal hope. And Ramaphosa knows this. In fact, some analysts say this is exactly why he dropped the statement in such a deliberate way. He's trying to rally the public behind a new vision, one that he hasn't been able to fully implement because of internal resistance. Let's not forget that the ANC is heading into an extremely fragile period. The 2024 election bruised the party's dominance, coalitions are now the name of the game, and internal infighting has become even more brutal. In this climate, Ramaphosa's comment is not just about one man, but about the future direction of government. Does he double down on loyalty and tradition, or does he take the risk of revolution from within? And Cachalia himself? He hasn't said much publicly since the president's comment. But sources close to him say he's ready. That he's not afraid of the task. That he's deeply aware of the political landmines ahead, but that he believes South Africa is at a crossroads and must choose between reform or regression. He's reportedly been quietly working behind the scenes with civil society and reformist voices, preparing not just policy ideas, but also alliances that could support a potential role in cabinet. Make no mistake, he's no puppet. If Ramaphosa brings him in, it's not going to be business as usual. So where does this leave the ANC? That's the million-rand question. The party is already divided between factions, those who support Ramaphosa's slow, measured approach to cleaning up the state, and those who are aligned to the old Zuma-era style of political patronage and deflection. Bringing in someone like Cachalia could tip that delicate balance, and not necessarily in a peaceful way. It could mean more resignations, more infighting, or even a fresh push to unseat the president before his term ends. But Ramaphosa may also be betting on something bigger, the people's patience. South Africans are exhausted from corruption, from incompetence, from leadership that doesn't deliver. If the president can show that he's serious, that he's willing to risk even his political comfort to bring real change, he might just recapture the moral high ground that brought him to power in the first place. In the end, this isn't just about Firoz Cachalia. It's about whether South Africa can finally break free from a toxic cycle of mediocrity and theft masquerading as governance. It's about whether the president of this country has the guts to appoint not just ministers, but warriors of integrity in a battle for the soul of the nation. It's about whether political courage still has a place in a democracy teetering on the edge of collapse. So, buckle up folks, because if Ramaphosa follows through on this, we're in for one of the most defining chapters of post-apartheid South African politics. And as always, we'll be right here, watching every twist and turn, bringing you the truth behind the headlines. Make sure you subscribe, drop your thoughts in the comments, and share this video with everyone who cares about the future of this country. Until next time, stay informed, stay sharp, and stay woke.